What is up, everybody? What is going on today? It is Wednesday, and it is 5 p.m. on the dot. Let me go ahead and turn this trailer down a little bit. Forgot that they have people talking on this one. Let's see. My volume is okay. Just wanted to double check that. Okay. Yeah. So welcome to another episode of VR 365. It is August 21st. It is now 5:01 p.m. and we are live on YouTube. And I got to tell you guys, for this particular episode, coming in real hot. Okay? Coming in hot. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I just got here. Like, I just got here a little while ago. Threw up a thumbnail, got this thing started, was trying to grab a couple of trailers and maybe get a couple of talking points, and we're basically just going to kind of have to wing this episode. So I don't have much prepared, so it is going to be a bit of a shiz show. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But let's go ahead and get into the topics that we do have. And I actually want to start things off. I want to start things off by going back a couple of days ago to the Insomniac situation. Sony buying Insomniac and the fallout with Oculus and everything like that. Because you know what? There were a couple of points that I don't think I articulated a couple of key points about this thing. Or maybe some of my thoughts may have been misconstrued a little bit. And so I wanted to kind of clarify a couple of things about Insomniac. And so I guess if I'm talking about Insomniac, I should probably grab a trailer, an Insomniac trailer. So let's see here. Do I have an edge of, no, I don't. Okay, I don't have that trailer. Do I have an unspoken trailer? No, I don't. So I guess I'll just grab a Stormland trailer. All right, yeah, we do have definite Stormland trailers, no question about that. So we'll grab one of those puppies, and I'll just go ahead and throw that on the screen in the background there. Okay, so one of the major points I wanted to make really quick related to Insomniac, going back to it was the previous YouTube show, not yesterday. Yesterday we did have an episode on Twitch. If you missed that episode, go ahead and check that one out. Okay, so I briefly joked. Oh, wait. This YouTube comment by Bad Ritual 423. Damn, came back to this podcast hoping this fool would have gotten his shit together and added timestamps. Nope. Still no timestamps. Bad Ritual 423. Dude, you could be the dude. You could be the dude that does the timestamps, Bad Ritual 423. You can email me every day at info@vrgamerankings.com. You can email me the timestamps and I'll pop them into the video, man. You could be my helper, bro. Come on, Bad Ritual 423. You're telling me you don't want to do that? Dude is like, I haven't been on this channel in months. Finally came back, and this fool still don't got no goddamn timestamps. I'm out of here. I'll check back in another 4 months. That's literally what dude said. Bad Ritual 423. And I just want to say, bro, there's no need for timestamps. It's all good. It is all good. There's no need to skip any part of this show. It is all quality. Like, it is all gracious. You just watch the entire thing, man. That's what you do. You don't need timestamps. But if you really do want timestamps, you can be the guy. Okay, so back to Stormland. Sorry for that interruption there, but I saw his quote. I wanted to mention it real quick. Okay, so one of the things I joked about in regards to Oculus and Stormland is I kind of joked that, hey, maybe it should have been Oculus buying Insomniac. And I was half serious, half joking. My VR 365 Discord server went offline? Huh, I don't know anything about that. We'll have to figure that out later. But anyways, okay, so now I'm confused. I don't know what's going on, man. My Discord server, oh my God, it's offline. No, okay, let's rewind here. Okay, so I joked briefly that maybe Oculus should have been the one buying Insomniac, not Sony. Maybe it should have been Oculus. And I was half joking, half serious. But what I wanted to say about that is, honestly, if you think about that for about 2 minutes, like, you only need to ponder that, not even 2 minutes, probably like a minute and a half, and you're going to know how utterly ridiculous that idea is. Oculus buying Insomniac would be one of the dumbest purchases in the history of video games. Wouldn't make any sense. Now, why would it not make any sense when Insomniac is a key developer for them? Insomniac's been doing a lot of different games for them. Insomniac's doing their biggest release of this year, Stormland. They've made a lot of investments in Insomniac over the last several years, over like the last 3 or 4 years. They've been investing in Insomniac. Insomniac has been getting valuable experience programming VR games. So why wouldn't it be a logical investment? In fact, Insomniac actually made a Magic Leap game. Can you freaking believe that? And hey, Facebook, they're going to get into AR. They're going to need a developer that understands AR. So they could get a developer that understands VR and AR. Why wouldn't they buy Insomniac? Doesn't it make a lot of sense? No, it makes 0 sense. And here's why it makes 0 sense. If you look at Insomniac's revenues, okay, if you look at the revenues that Insomniac is bringing in, 99% of their revenues comes from Pancake Games. 1% comes from VR/AR. 99% of their revenues come from Pancake. So it makes no sense whatsoever. The other thing I'll say too is maybe 20%, and this is probably being incredibly generous, maybe 20% of Insomniac's employees have worked on AR or VR in some kind of capacity. And probably not even that many, maybe 10% of their employees have worked on VR or AR in some type of capacity. Also, think of how much it would cost to buy Insomniac. Insomniac is a huge-ass developer. They've got a lot of offices. They've got a ton of employees. They've got a back catalog of proven commodities. Buying Insomniac, not a cheap proposition by any stretch of the imagination. So they would be paying so much money for a studio that gets 99% of their revenues from Pancake Land, and where 80% of their developers have never worked on a VR game ever in their lives, or AR, probably 85% of their employees, maybe even more. So it didn't make any sense at all. Another thing I wanted to say is because we were talking about how, oh my God, Sony stole Insomniac. This is so damaging to Oculus. What a blow. What a blow for Oculus, because Sony's just like slapping them away and saying, nope, we're going to take that. We'll take Insomniac. Get the hell out of here. We're going to take a high-end VR developer for our future. So what I need to say about that is Sony ain't doing this for VR. Okay, Sony is not doing this for Insomniac's VR talent or their AR talent. They're not doing it at all. It has nothing to do with that, or very, very, very little to do with that. So I just wanted to make that clear. That is not part of Sony's incentive. Now, Sony is doing it because Insomniac just freaking killed it with a Spider-Man game, and Spider-Man is hot as hell, and Sony is loving the fact, oh my God, and Marvel. Imagine if Marvel could go back in time. If anybody wants to go back in time and change the course of history, it's freaking Marvel for the deal that they did with Sony way back how long ago that brought Spider-Man into the Sony fold. Like Marvel would love to travel back in time and cause all kinds of Mandela effects that would ripple all over the world, changing Fruit Loops to whatever. All kinds of things would change. More than just your Fruit of the Loom underwear would change. All kinds of things. Instead of just depend being depend, all kinds of things would change, okay? So many things would change if they went back in time and change. So anyway, Sony's not buying Insomniac for VR. They're buying them because, look, they just made a bomb-ass Spider-Man game. And if they buy Insomniac, they can say, bro, we own your ass. You're making another Spider-Man game and you're doing it stat. If they don't own Insomniac, they can't force them to make another Insomniac game, to make another Spider-Man game immediately. They couldn't force them to do that, but by owning them, they can force them to do that. Now, part of the benefit is going to be the fact that, yeah, they are going to have a PlayStation VR 2 in November of 2021. They are going to be selling a PlayStation VR 2, and they are going to need some killer properties for PlayStation VR 2. They are eventually going to have a product that is going to compete head-to-head with the Oculus Quest. If you think Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft and a whole bunch of other companies as well, if you think they're just going to sit around and watch Oculus make Quest 1, Quest 2, and Quest 3, and they're just going to be like, oh yeah, go ahead, Oculus, make Quest 1, make Quest 2, make Quest 3. We're just going to watch you from over here and watch you start to dominate and watch you start to slowly build up a killer user base. It's going to be a major effing problem for our long-term futures. You think they're going to stand by and idly watch that? Hell no. A standalone product is coming. Bet your bottom dollar that is coming as well, and Insomniac would be great for that. So that's part of it as well. Another thing I didn't mention in this whole entire deal is that, okay, Sony is working on PlayStation VR 2 right now as we speak. They are banging away on that. And Insomniac, considering they've been bosom buddies with Oculus since prior to 2016. So in 2015, Insomniac had a relationship with Oculus in 2015. Because you don't just get feral rights and Edge of Nowhere coming out of the friggin' blue. The relationship starts in advance. So Insomniac has been down by law with Oculus for a lot of years. And they've seen the maturation of Oculus. They've seen the controllers, the touch controllers, the Oculus headset. They've seen the Quest. You know, I would not be the least bit surprised if we eventually find out that Insomniac does have a Quest game, that there is a deal for a Quest game, and that deal is still going to go through. There will still be an Insomniac Quest game. You heard it here first, Nostradamus Jr. I'd put money on it. But what I'm saying about all of this is because Insomniac does have all of that inside knowledge, maybe they could help Sony a little bit in terms of refining and making the PlayStation VR 2 everything that it's supposed to be, especially from a controller standpoint and a tracking standpoint. It's not like they designed anything that Oculus did, but they've worked so closely with Oculus for so many years, they might have some good advice there. So that could be part of it as well. And so that's pretty much it. Those are the points that I wanted to make about Insomniac. Because some people watched that episode from a couple of days ago and they're like, dude, Anthony, you got this completely wrong. You know, you got it all wrong, bro. You're getting so many things wrong here. Look, I'm just doing a quick breakdown. It was live. This show is live, man. It is all the way live. This show is live. Now, there were a few other points that were made in that show. Let me get my webinar up and running. And we will go to, let's go to YouTube. Let's go to Mailbag real quick here. Because there were a couple other comments that were in that show that I might want to address really quick. And then we'll get into other stuff. Hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your horses. We'll get to everything. Okay, so let's go to the Webby. So Webby activate. Okay, here we go. Webby has activated. All right, let's see. I just wanted to look in here. Still scrolling down here. Rice gum. Yeah. Let's see. Shizzy and the Hizzies. You know, Jim Hall had I'm looking for a Jim Hall statement. Oh, well, this is an interesting statement. Okay, here's Strong Pillow. Okay, Strong Pillow. This guy, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of VR 365, but he appears to watch shows, but not a huge fan, but dude does watch shows, right? So here's what he says. Anthony, can you give us the inside information that you have that say anything about Insomniac isn't going to make games for other platforms, especially in VR? Why would Ruben give two shits about this either? Oculus is about their own studio IP more than other third parties. Come on, dude. You're making this crazy drama out of literally no information. Calm down. And out the tinfoil hat, I guess, put the tinfoil hat away. Sony bought Insomniac for games like Spider-Man, read more, and Sunset Overdrive. Oh yeah, Sony's really investing a lot in Insomniac for Sunset Overdrive. Not even close. Of course, they have that arm at Insomniac, but that is not why they grabbed them this early in the VR game. Oculus didn't buy them because no one is paying Insomniac money for a couple of VR games. There's no money in it for $1 billion dev. Okay, well, Strong Pillow, number one, this show, for anybody that doesn't know it, this show is for entertainment purposes. This is entertainment. Like, if you're coming here for, like, hardcore facts, get the F out. Because they're like, look, I'll give you hardcore facts if I know them. But if you're coming to VR 365, it's entertainment, man. It's entertainment with a little bit of news thrown in on the side. This is not like, dude, I don't know what you're looking for, Strong Pillow, but you need to make your own channel, brah. Because this is an entertainment-based channel. So it's all about entertainment. That's the first thing that I want to say. Now, I can't find the damn Jim Hall comment, but Jim Hall had a comment, and his comment was that, his comment was he watched a couple of like other videos that were about Insomniac being sold and all of this stuff, and that there wasn't a single comment. Like, he watched some other videos where there were like 500 comments and not a single comment mentioned VR, or not a single comment mentioned Stormland. And it was all about Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. And yeah, of course, yeah. This is a VR show. We are VR 365. We are virtual reality gaming. That is our focus. That is our focus. Look, I know in the grand scheme of things, nobody gives a rat's ass. Just like Strong Pillow said, Jason Rubin doesn't give two shits. You know what? He does give two shits. You're actually wrong there. Jason Rubin does give two shits. But the crowd, the VR, I mean, not VR gamers, but just gamers in general, yeah, they could give two shits about Stormland. They could give two shits about VR in general. I mean, you know what? If you guys check this out, here's an example of how little VR matters in the grand scheme of things. Okay, let's go back over here. This is back to YouTube. Let's go to the PlayStation channel, shall we, folks? Let's look at the PlayStation channel. And so Gamescom is going on, right? Right now, Gamescom is going on. Tons of games are being announced, right? So that means tons of VR games, probably, right? Tons of VR games are being announced today, right? No, nothing. Let's look at Sony. Look at all their videos. Code Vein, Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, Need for Speed, blah, 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 The Alliance, NBA 2K20. God damn, I'm getting old. We're now in the 20s. Code Vein, Fire Pro Wrestling, Control, FIFA 20, Mortal Kombat 11, Control, Snow Runner, Trials Rising, Code Vein, did I say that enough times? Monster Hunter World, Marvel's Avengers, Ghostbusters. Are any of these VR? Have we mentioned a single VR game yet? No. People don't give a damn about VR. Who's in chat all the time? Mr. Dimitrov, right? VR is dead? Bro, you're right. VR is dead because look it. We've got like 50 different games that they're talking about over here. Not a single one of them. Where is the VR game, guys? Even Predator. which we had heard was VR. Apparently, I watched the entire trailer for Predator, you know, this Predator hunting grounds. There were rumors about VR. I don't see nothing over there about VR. So that gives you an example. This is PlayStation, millions of games being announced, no VR to be found. So yeah, VR is a very minor thing in the grand scheme of things. Unfortunately, but we are VR 365. I forgot what the damn channel is. We're VR 365. We care about VR. We bang away on VR, and so my focus is always going to be VR. So just wanted to say that. Now, another super bonus, folks. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to say, you know how the other day it was a complete and utter disaster because of this Windows update and everything was screwed up. My 4K video downloader was screwed up. My microphone wasn't working, you know, all kinds of problems, right? Guess what, guys? There's one beautiful thing that happened in all of that chaos. Do you guys remember when I had a problem where I would be in the Edge browser and I would try to pop out chat, and I couldn't pop out chat? I would have to go to the Firefox browser to be able to pop out chat. Well, after this Windows update that came through, I can now pop out chat from Edge. Yay! Yay! It's such a minor, super minor thing. It's just a thing for me as somebody that runs the show, but I don't have to go into Firefox to pop out the chat, which is something that I had to do before. And now it's fixed itself. Yay, the Windows update. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, now let's get into some actual news. Do we have any, though? Do we have any actual news? Okay, what we do have is actually... You know what the biggest news story of the day is, guys? Here's the biggest news story of the day. Super Mario Brothers 3. Huh? Super Mario Brothers 3, man. It's the biggest news of the day. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3. Look, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go over to the webinar. Back to the webinar. This is what we call the Oculus Subreddit. And you'll see right down here, 3D Sin VR devlog. Super Mario Bros. 3 profile has been completely created. 3D Sin VR 0.4 will be released soon. Let's click on the comments really quick. And yeah, there's a little video running. It's giving you a sample. Super Mario Brothers 3, guys. Let's check it out. I actually downloaded this, converted it to 1080p, and you know what? I do want to play this. I really do. This is my retro love coming through for you guys. I know you guys want, like, this is the breaking news of the day. Okay, so I'm going to turn up the volume on this Stormland here, and let's grab Super Mario Brothers 3. Talk about next gen. Talk about modern gaming, brah. Let's go ahead and check this out. So yeah, I'll go ahead. I mean, it takes a little while to get into this, but basically, if you guys have never tried this, like I've tried a sample of this. Like I did Excite Bike, and I think the original Zelda game. Like I was doing some different stuff in VR with like a demo of 3D Zen. I think it was on Steam for a while, then it got taken off. Okay, I got the volume really pumped up here, but I'm not hearing any volume. So I don't know if there is volume. There is volume. Okay. But what this does, like when you actually check this out, it's kind of like a diorama is what it does. It makes every old school, well, not every old school Nintendo game, but the ones that they've dialed in, it makes it into a diorama. So like an aquarium kind of. It's kind of like Witchblood. You know, we talked about Witchblood yesterday. If you watched the Twitch episode, we were talking about the new game, which is Down the Rabbit Hole, and I was saying it kind of reminds me a little bit of Witchblood. And Witchblood has that diorama aquarium kind of look where it's going into the screen, and that is what 3D Sin VR. And I think they could have had a better name for that. Like that name does not roll off the tongue. 3D Sin VR. I'm not sure why they have that name. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3, they have an update for this, and this could be enough to cause me to want to check this out. Yeah, Jarillo says, I wish this was Super Nintendo. You and me both, bro. You and me both. Could you imagine Super Mario World? Or like Super Metroid? Or freaking Zelda, A Link to the Past? Oh my God, if that was in diorama mode where, you know, you're in VR and you're like looking in and it's giving depth to everything. But that's what this is, man. Super Mario Brothers 3. Look at how dope this is. Looks pretty cool. Okay, VR Spry Guy says, I played the flat version the other day and it felt like my eyes couldn't focus on the screen. It was so strange. I'm so used to VR now. Now, Kev Gret says 3D. Wait a minute, bro. 3D is dead. Anthony said this already. 3D TVs are dead. 3D Blu-ray is dead. Yeah, it is. It is dead. It's totally dead. It's dead as a doornail. I know there's some like hardcore lovers of like 3D Blu-ray that are really into VR as well. And so they really get pissed off whenever I say that. But 3D TVs are about as dead as a freaking sewing machine is dead. And then the other day I said sewing machines are dead and somebody was like, Anthony, what are you talking about? People use sewing machines every day. Whatever, bro, whatever. So anyway, yeah, God, it's taken long enough to get into the goddamn game, isn't it? I'm trying to let this run just so we can get in and see. Can we actually see what the game looks like sometime today, folks? I don't have the ability to like fast forward this. So I'm just letting it scroll. World 7, Pipeland. Okay, yeah. Yep, it's a diorama. Yeah, I kind of get it. Yep, it's got a 3D effect. Okay, can you hit the button? Can you hit the button and get into the game, please? Can we see what like one of the worlds looks like? Is this whole video not even going to show us the actual game? Okay, I will go batshit insane if that is... Okay, where are we, man? We're showing the title screen. Come on, come on. All right, well, forget it. I'm just going to look for something else. Yeah, let's go to Upload VR. I was going to try to wait and see. I guess not. I guess we're never going to get a sample. Like, great. The title screen looks great in pseudo 3D. Oh, shit. Are we actually going to get a sample here? Are we going to get a sample? Are you going to hit the button again? Hit the button again, bro. Come on. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. Hit the button again, bro. Come on, one more time. One more time. Please, pretty please. What if I say it super nicely? Oh, no, I guess not. I guess not. It's never going to happen, so I'm going to give up on this. Watch, the second I bounce off of it, that's when they're going to go into the game. Okay, well, anyway, let's get off of this. Let's go back over to the webinar, and let's go to Upload VR, the #1 VR gaming news site in the world. Now, Gamescom is going on, right? So there's lots of new games being announced, like all kinds of incredible announcements, right? Splinter Cell is there, Assassin's Creed VR is there, like all kinds of things are happening, right? Apparently not. We're basically just, people are getting demos of games we've known about pretty much forever, okay? So we've known about Iron Man VR forever. We've known about eSpire 1 forever. Did we finally get a date for eSpire 1, by the way? Because everybody over on the Oculus Quest subreddit is in a virtual panic because they don't have a date for eSpire 1. And here we are. It is August 21st. We do not have a date for eSpire 1. We did get a date yesterday for Groundhog Day, like father, like son. We did get a date for that. That is September 17th, by the way. We also found out, those of you that didn't watch the Twitch episode yesterday, we found out that End Space, END Space by Orange Bridge Studios is coming to the Oculus Quest on August 29th for $15 and special bonus, folks. Special bonus, cross-buy enabled, and a new price, $15. So pretty good deal. Speaking of Iron Man VR, you know what? Okay, Gamertag VR. You know that dude Gamertag VR? Well, I follow him on Twitter, and he tweeted out earlier today, I think he had a demo of Iron Man VR, and he was saying, you know what? I got a demo of Iron Man VR, and Camouflage, the developers of Iron Man VR, killing it with this game. It really is living up to the hype. And good news, folks, Gamertag VR is going to be a special guest on VR 365 this Saturday, if nothing falls through. So as long as everything works out, we will have an interview with Gamertag VR this Saturday following F Reality about 12 noon Pacific time, or when F Reality is over if they're running long. And they probably will run long because I think a lot of them are at Gamescom. But what we're going to do is on Saturday, Gamertag VR is going to give us his opinions on everything he was able to check out at Gamescom. And then we're also going to do a little bit of some origin story stuff. We're going to talk to him about the current state of VR right now. So that's going to be a banger of an episode. That is coming this Saturday. In other news that's coming up in episodes, this Sunday, we're gonna have a special Twitch episode at 11 a.m., an hour earlier than normal, and Reckoner VR, Gary, our boy Gary from VR Roundtable, No Man's Sky fan #1, is going to come on the show on Sunday, and we're going to be talking No Man's Sky. We're also going to talk to him about Valve Index and anything else that's going on. Is VR Roundtable a dead duck? We might talk to him about that, although I mean, he can't really say anything about that. But yeah, so we're going to have Gary on Twitch on Sunday, 11 a.m., and Gamertag Saturday around noon. So great interviews coming up this weekend. I am very excited about that. Okay, let's go to Road to VR. Is there any news, folks? Is there any news to be had? And does not appear to be. Okay, Electronauts Update adds 45 new songs to Tear Apart and Remix. Yeah, I think we kind of heard about that a few days back, so that is known. Paper Beast. So people are trying this. Now, this is an exclusive. It is made by Pixel Reef, and it includes the developer, Eric Chahi, I believe, is the founder of Pixel Reef. And if you guys don't remember who Eric Chahi is, then I guess you never had a Sega CD, because it was all about Out of This World or Another World. Don't you remember that in the early 90s? There was a game called Another World or Out of This World. Well, that was an Eric Chahi joint, and that is Pixel Reef. He is the guy that founded Pixel Reef. They have a game called Paper Beast. Scott Hayden got some hands-on from Road to VR. Road to VR, and he says it delivers a visually stunning journey through uncut novelty, whatever that means. But yeah, I haven't read this whole thing, and I did look for a new trailer for this, but there isn't a new trailer yet, as far as I can see. It's just the same little teaser. So anyway, let's read just a couple of things here. Besides a few guiding words from Chahi, who is seated beside me on the busy expo floor, the entire demo was nonverbal, both spoken or written. Taken off the headset, he tells me that the game's narrative will continue to unfold like this, presenting the player with a linear path that's studded with different creatures ranging from brash predators to springy little mammals made of ribbon. It's not an open world, although clever art direction might make you think otherwise, as your attention is cleverly tickled to push you forward. So anyway, maybe check that out when you get some opportunity. But yeah, we're keeping our eyes on this. We're keeping our eyes on Paper Beast. That is expected to come later this year. Unfortunately, no dates. VR games never get dates. Like, we never get dates for VR games. That kind of sucks. So what we can do now, folks, is let's check out the subreddits, because there are some information popping off over on the subreddit. So let's go ahead and check it out. Bouncing over here, this is the Oculus subreddit. And let's see here. One of the things that I saw, this guy says Ultra Wings VR is a 10 out of 10. It's a good game, 10 out of 10. That might be a little bit overdoing it. Pinball FX2 VR, that did come to the Oculus Quest. Somebody's talking about that. Let's see. So, I saw this thing, the Homestead, now available on the Oculus Rift S, and this is like some bomb-ass photogrammetry stuff. All right, these are the same guys that did the photogrammetry for that church a couple of years ago. And so I grabbed the video for this. Why don't we go ahead and check that out? JPJ says, why not Another World VR remake? Yeah, well, maybe because that's the only game dude has ever done, really. No, he's done other games, but he's probably sick of hearing, oh yeah, Eric Chahi, he's the another world guy. He's the out of this world guy. That's all anybody ever says about him. You mention Eric Chahi, oh yeah, he's the guy that did Another World. He's the guy that did Out of This World. So he's probably really inspired to make Paper Beasts to shut people the F up. So people can now say, oh, he's the Paper Beast guy. Good luck with that if that'll actually happen. But let's go back over here. I'm going to grab the trailer and for the Homestead, which I never heard of. Let's just see what this looks like. The Homestead VR. Okay, let's check this out. So basically, it's like really good photogrammetry for like this house or museum or wherever this is. Like, look, you can see the rain on the outside, you know, dripping on the windows and stuff. And you can, now this video, by the way, so I grabbed this trailer. The trailer was in 720p, converted it to 1080p. So this isn't even very good resolution, this little video that we're watching here. But look at the reflections, like on the mirror and everything. So this looks pretty good. This is called the Homestead. It is now available. I guess you actually have to pay money for this, which that's kind of weird. Link in the YouTube description. Otherwise, just try the Homestead on Steam and you'll find it. Okay, yeah, look at those reflections that you're seeing there. Some really high-end photogrammetry in this one, folks. We're talking light fields up the yin-yang, all right? Light fields, a whole lot of light fields. Okay, so I'm going to look up the Homeworld on Steam, or the Homestead, and then we can check that out in the webinar. The Homestead. The Homestead, yeah, so it's $5 for this puppy. Okay, so let's go ahead and, yeah, it does look pretty good. Rudel Zavedno says, wow, that looks nice. VR Spry Guy, that's impressive. Yeah, look at the controller. Now that is impressive. Actually seeing the shadow from the controller appear on the paintings. I like stuff like this. Like, I bet you if I tried this out, I would be like, oh, I'm hell of immersed. Like this stuff, like, look at that. There's like a video playing on the wall and stuff. Like, this would probably make me feel hyper immersed if I got inside this thing here. This is pretty impressive. And I gotta tell you, like, this is another example of why VR is a runaway train, bro. It has left the station. It has left the station. It is not coming back. VR is a runaway train. Because imagine when we're going to have stuff like this that is so effing photoreal that you think you're really there. It's going to completely revolutionize the way we experience all kinds of things. Because you're going to literally be able to go to a museum and get the identical experience and maybe an even better experience. I've talked about this before. You're going to get an even better experience than somebody that actually went to the museum, because you don't got to deal with this guy that didn't take a shower, or like this bratty kid that's crying and he wants his freaking gummy bears or something, or his little goldfish or whatever, and he's crying to mama. So you don't got to hear the complainers. You don't got to smell the dude's BO. You don't got to wait in any lines. You get to examine everything in meticulous detail. You can walk up to everything and examine it. That is the future, folks, and it's going to happen. Like, you're going to be able to tour the White House, just any kind of museum, any kind of historical place, the pyramids, all kinds of things. So imagine the people that are like, they're wheelchair bound, and they're not going to be able to leave their house. You know, maybe they have like some kind of phobia. They'll never get in an airplane. They never go anywhere. Think of what this is going to do for their entire lives, to be able to experience all these other places with ridiculous photorealism. It is eventually happening. Like, it is unstoppable. It is going to happen. Okay, so let's go to the webinar. This is it, the Homestead. The most visually stunning representation of a real-world environment. This is a real location, a real art gallery based in Auckland, New Zealand. The artwork has been scanned to a level of detail not demonstrated in any other traditional VR experience. Okay, this dude is like really talking it up. I mean, it does look good. It does look, I'm not gonna lie, it does look good, but damn, this fool's really talking this thing up. He says, the artwork in this lovely Victorian abode was captured independently from the environment, scanned at a level of detail not demonstrated in any other traditional VR experience. Dude, 24 gigs. 24 gigs. This puppy is 24 gigs. So yeah, this experience is a teaser of what is to come. A living, breathing art gallery with dynamically and accurately represented real-world content, constantly dynamically changing over time, brought in and out of expedition. In addition, expansion of the space to the entire blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so really freaking cool. He does say, this is a simulation of a real-world environment. If you're more interested in gaming, this experience is not for you. It's a freaking art gallery, so just understand that. And you are paying $5. It does require a play area with 360 degree tracking and 25 gigs. 25 gigs. See, that scares me away right there. I'm already having hard drive problems. Look at the floors. Dude, look at the detail on these floors. Like, even just the wood floors have great detail. Yeah, that looks dope. This does look good. I don't know if I'm paying $5 for it, but it does look good. So that is the Homestead, and people are talking about this. Oh, look at that. That looks really sweet right there. Yeah, so they took the individual pieces of artwork and scanned it in even way better. So they did like photogrammetry for the whole entire thing, but then like the individual pieces of artwork, they wanted it to look just even that much better. And it really does look, I mean, that, like, look at the reflections. Like, that is pretty fabulous, pretty incredible. Okay, so that is the Homestead. It is available now. It just came out, well, it says June 10th. So this has been out for a while, and I'm just finding out about it now. Sometimes this stuff happens. But yeah, so it was on the Oculus subreddit. That's where I heard about it. Okay, let's see, go back here. Where did we lose our subreddit? Or were we on here? Yeah, so here it is. This is the Oculus Rift subreddit. So I did see people talking about that. Like I said, we came in real hot for this episode, so I don't actually have much prepared. Oh, Land of Amara. Well, this is our thumbnail, folks. Land of Amara Alpha 0.13 is now available. This is by Paw Stamp Studios. Do you guys remember Land of Amara? Okay, so this is Paw Stamp, the developer. Hey everyone, I just released a new version of Land of Amara. The project runs with the latest version of Steam VR, which currently supports the Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and Valve Index. I'd really appreciate it if you would check it out. I also decided to make one of the old versions free. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and click there. The old version does not support the Valve Index. So tough titty, said the kitty on that one. Okay, let's click on this. Where do you have to go for this anyway? Okay, so they're on Patreon. So yeah, if you want to support this guy, if you want to support Paw Stamp Studio on Patreon, they do have a new version that people can grab. Yeah, we've been covering Land of Amara for a while. Like, we've been following this game for a while. How much do you have to pay just to, like, try out the basic levels? Let's see. A carrot for the sheep. Get access to the Trello board and Discord server. Okay, so for $3, you get to play and test the latest version of the game. And so basically $3 if you want to try this puppy on your Valve Index. And that, it's kind of like a, what's that game? Like a Stardew Valley. So kind of a little bit of Stardew Valley, I guess you could say. And then if you want the old version, which is free, you click on this one and you can download the old version and you can check it out. So yeah, it's a little bit of like Harvest Moon, you know, what's that other Nintendo game? I forget what they call it, but yeah, kind of Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, kind of like that a little bit. Beautiful colors. I love incredibly vibrant, colorful. I like the simplistic graphical look. I'm a fan of this type of stuff. So Land of Amara is a little bit in the news. This game, though, like if you really want the full version of this game, it's going to be a long time. You really got to be patient on that one. Let's see. Okay. What we could do is we can go ahead and, well, why don't we go to the Oculus Rift store? Let's see what's going on. Actually, wait a minute. Before we do that, let's check out chat, because I really haven't checked out chat. So let me go ahead and check out and see what chat is doing. Okay, yeah, so Slayblaze says, looks almost as good as Red Matter on Quest. I think he's talking about the Homestead there. Supersonic Station says, that looks crisp. VR Spry Guy, that is impressive. Rudel Zavedno, we need VR games looking like this. Shirzad Khan City, that controller is from the 90s. Supersonic Station looks real. And JPJ says, yep, I'm sold. I'm buying this house. It's actually a museum, I guess, in Auckland, New Zealand. And Supersonic Station says, I want to sit on a beach simulator that looks like this. Yeah, you know what? And you know what I want to do? Like, imagine if you went to the airport. I have this idea for a thing at the airport where, you know, when you go to the airport, it's so freaking busy. It's so freaking hectic, you know, and there's a lot of business travelers. I'm about to give away $1 million idea, folks. I'm going to give away, straight up, from the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give away $1 million idea. Okay, so imagine that you're walking through Chicago's O'Hare Airport, which is craptacular, by the way. Let me tell you, I've been at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, craptacular.com. You can find it there at craptacular.com. Imagine if you were walking through the O'Hare Airport and there was this thing that said the Oasis, okay? Not virtual reality Oasis, but it was just the Oasis. And it was just a picture of a beautiful beach. And there was a door. Are you tired? Are you confused? Are you stressed out? Come chill in the Oasis. And so you step into that door, and you know what? It's a soundproof room. The entire room is soundproof. So you've got the chaos of a bustling, craptacular airport, and then you step into this room that is soundproof, right? You step into a soundproof room, and then they've got these lawn chairs. They've got sand, and you can basically pay a little bit of money, and you get to sit into, not a lawn chair, but like, you know, like a beach recliner, right? You get to kick back in a beach recliner. You take your shoes off and your socks. Now, little bit of a sanitation problem possibly here, a little bit of a foot fungus problem. So you might have to switch out the sand every customer. I don't know how that would work, right? But you get to lay in the beach recliner. Your feet are in the sand. Your feet are in the sand. Your beach recliner is tracked. It's in the experience. So you see the beach recliner. There's a fan that is synced up to the experience. And so it's blowing breezes. It's blowing breezes. So you feel the breeze. And the breeze is perfectly... This is $1 million idea. $1 million idea, and I'm giving it away for free. Like, what an incredible, like, what charity on my part, right? So the wind is blowing your hair, and then also you got a freaking Mai Tai or like a pina colada or something like that. The glass is tracked, ladies and gentlemen. The glass is tracked. So you see, yeah, hookers and below. No, you got to go to the back room for that. You got to pay like freaking double, triple for that. You go to the back room. But the glass is tracked, and the glass has a sensor. It has a strip that's running along the side of it that can determine, yeah, heat lamp, It's all good. We're doing the whole thing, right? And then you, even in your experience, right? So you got a heat lamp. Now a big puffy cloud flies in front of the sun. All of a sudden the heat lamp shuts off. It gets a little bit cooler, and then the cloud passes by and the heat lamp turns back on. And so, and it's freaking, yeah, cocktails, absolute cocktails, Mai Tais, all that type of shit, right? And then it's soundproof, so you're not hearing anything. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, I'm telling you, dude, people would do this. And then you could also have like an upgraded version where your feet are actually like in the water a little bit. And so it's like a wave simulator. So like the wave is going out, the wave is coming back. The wave is going out, the wave is coming back. So you put your feet there, and so you're feeling it, and it's all in the VR experience. Everything is tracked. Oh man, $1 million idea, and I just gave it away. Okay, so whoever takes that idea, Bill B says, is this the MRTV experience? It should be. It should be, bro. It should be. Look, this idea single-handedly saves Chicago's O'Hare Airport. It really does. Okay, so we're checking out UFO at O'Hare. Yeah, there has been... Dude, I think a giant UFO screwed up. When I went to New York, I had a terrible day trying to get back to Sacramento because Chicago's O'Hare was like shut down for crazy hours. They were talking about like a storm or something like that. Dude, the storm was long gone, and they still had it shut down for hours, which, what does that tell me? Mothership. That tells me mothership. You know what I mean? It tells me mothership, and it should tell you guys mothership. Okay, you know what we haven't checked out in the longest time, folks? We have not checked out the PlayStation VR subreddit. Like, what is going on in PlayStation VR land? Kevgret is living in PlayStation VR land. Let's go over to PlayStation VR land, and let's see what's going on over here. Okay. So let's see. PlayStation going all out at Gamescom. So many dedicated PSVR booths. Yeah, to experience a game. Oh, look, there's Gamertag. Here's Gamertag VR, bro. Oh, that is Gamertag VR's post. Okay, it's Gamertag. There's our boy, Gamertag. He's going to be on the show this Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, around noon-ish. Gamertag will be there. So we will be talking to Gamertag about Iron Man VR. We'll talk to him about, you know, how that experience worked out, and then Gamescom in general, everything else he saw, and then also maybe a little, I mean, I don't know how long he's going to have to do the interview, but we could full on do origin story, the whole 9 yards, you know, so that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Sony Music Entertainment will release Demo Reborn. So, oh my God, there is a PlayStation VR thing that's happening. I actually have a Demo trailer that I grabbed. I don't know if I still have it. Might have deleted it. But yeah, Demo, which is like some kind of music thing, that is coming on November 21st. So there actually are things that are coming to PlayStation VR. Okay, Battle Wake, yeah, September 10th, we knew about that. I'm just trying to see if there might... Yeah, so, I mean, this is kind of unfortunate, don't you think, guys? It's kind of unfortunate that Gamescom is going on. You think they would throw us a bone. Like, where is a bone? Just a little bone. Like, throw us just a little baby bone. Where's the baby bone? We don't have a single game that we never knew about, do we? Is there a single game that we didn't know about? Other than Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, we know about Down the Rabbit Hole. And if you watched our episode yesterday on Twitch, you'll know that Down the Rabbit Hole by Cortopia is what we call a questicle. It hath begun. It hath begun, folks. Your worst nightmare. Pinnacle Rising. Wait, is Pinnacle Rising in chat? Your worst nightmare, bro. Pinnacle Rising, like the Quest and Cyan VR. There's a couple of people that have always kind of hated the Quest, and they hate it because it's gonna screw up everything, and it's already starting to happen. And I really think Down the Rabbit Hole is the beginning of this. Down the Rabbit Hole by Crotopia or Cortopia or whatever their name is. Okay, let's see. What have we not checked out? Did we go to the Rift Store? Let's go to the Rift Store, ladies and gentlebots. I don't think we did that. And we do have a sale today, and that, of course, is Skyfront VR 50% off. This is kind of like one of those games. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. It's kind of like a Space Junkies kind of a game. Or what was the other game, like JetX? You know, you're kind of like flying around in the air, jetpacks, that kind of thing. It's a multiplayer kind of a jam. I think Chris, Virtually Chris from VR Roundtable, I think he talked about this on one of the VR Roundtable episodes at one point. Skyfront VR plunges you into the breathtaking sci-fi world of zero-gravity battles and offers an array of awesome weapons and impressive special abilities. The game includes 4 gorgeous arenas, 3 game modes, customization, and an esports-ready progression system. Okay, when did this is Levity Play as a developer. It came out late December in 2018. So not that long ago, really. There is 6 hours left in this deal. You can grab it for a mere 5 spot. So not a lot, folks. A 5 spot. You can grab it for a 5 spot. Let's look at new releases. Let's just see what's come out recently. Afterlife is $6. Okay, Westworld is on the Oculus Store. Still haven't played that yet. Sheaf, we mentioned that. O-Shape. Yeah, so nothing really popping off in terms of new releases here. Don't know what Afterlife is. Kind of curious about this. After the tragic death of their 5-year-old son. So this is like a 360 VR branching narrative. You know, I kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure. I do kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure. So this is like kind of one of those Amaze 3D kind of things. It's kind of like oh, these are all the branching pathways. So it's like, yeah, you make this decision, you go there. Yeah, not a bad idea. I think I just, my USB is screwing up. So hopefully my microphone isn't cutting out or something's cutting out or my camera, I don't know. But yeah, that is Afterlife. That just came out on the Rift. Let's also take a look at coming soon in pre-orders, folks. So Battle Wake, Akron, Groundhog Day is now in the mix now that it's coming September 17th. And Hotel R&R, that is a late. See, a lot of stuff is coming very soon. We don't know the date yet for Akron. Yeah, we don't know the date for Akron, but it must be coming soon if it's featured as an upcoming game. Let's go over to Quest and see what's going on over there real quick. So let's look at new releases. Samsung VR Videos is recent. Red Matter, of course, balling out of control. Time Stall. I got to play this game more. I have to play this game more because I only played it for about 25 minutes. And I got a code for this, and I got to do the due diligence. Because Force Field, they hooked me up with the code for this, and I got to do due diligence. I got to play this game more. What happened, Force Field, apologies, No Man's Ski. No Man's Ski came, and it screwed it up because I wanted to play some more Time Stall. I also want to finish Red Matter on the Quest. I got pretty far into it. But yeah, so those are the current releases. I was going to see if they have like a coming soon area. Is there a coming soon area? Coming soon in pre-orders. Oh, okay, Sculptor VR is coming soon. In Space. Yeah, In Space. Let's look at See All. Okay, so Star Chart is coming soon. Real VR Fishing, Akron. Oh, Skyworld Kingdom Brawl. I didn't know this was coming to the Oculus Quest. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. It was broken live on VR 365. Yeah, what was it? Was it yesterday or was it the day before? I was like, breaking news, such and such game is coming out. It was, I think it was like Battle Wake or something. I'm like, Battle Wake is coming out on September 10th. Breaking news, VR 365 has it first exclusively. And Kev Gret was in chat. And Kev Gret was like, dude, breaking news like 12 hours ago, bro. Oh, Pinnacle Rising is in the building. Pinnacle Rising, what do you think about Questicles. Okay, and what I'm talking about Questicles is where the Quest ruins PC VR, because everybody scales their game back so that it looks great on the Quest, and they scale back the graphics. So Skyworld Kingdom Brawl is coming soon. Do we have a date anywhere in here? Let's see. More information. No, we do not have a date for Skyworld Kingdom Brawl. Elven Assassin, that one is coming to the Quest. So, you know, the Quest, slowly but surely, I mean, not that these are huge bangers. In Space is coming, and we've talked about that, and that's August 29th. I know for a fact that's August 29th. Sculptor VR, Melody, Star Chart, Real VR Frishy. Oh, Akron, August 29th. So here's the date. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have it for you, an exclusive. We have the date for Akron. Hit it all over the internet. Broken live on air. Akron is expected on August 29th for 20 buccarinis. Yeah, we broke it, folks. We broke it live. Okay, yeah, baby. We broke it live. Okay, let's go to Steam, because I'm curious. Akron, let's see here. Wait, let's go to this Steam. Is their date, is it August 29th for everybody? Akron, Attack of the Squirrels. It just says summer. So I wonder if it's going to be Attack. Oh, wait, here's a release date. Read more. It says you have less than a month to decide if you're going. Yeah, August 29th. So it's all gizzies in the hizzies, folks. It is all gizzies in the hizzies. Akron, Attack of the Squirrels, easily one of the most wanted games ever of all time. Like, dude, people have wanted this game so bad. People have been just waiting years for this. It is incredible. Next-gen game on all major VR platforms on the 29th. So we are getting dates, ladies and gentlemen. What about eSpire, though? Because you know what, eSpire, they're talking about eSpire 1. It's at Gamescom. Everybody's talking about it. Release date August. Do we have any information? No. No information, folks. So we still don't know when eSpire 1 is coming. There is that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bounce back over here. So I'll tell you, so Pinnacle Rising, in case you didn't see what I was talking about yesterday, we were talking about Cortopia's new game, which is called Down the Rabbit Hole. And I don't mean to make, I don't mean to like, I don't mean to do this to Cortopia, the developer of Wands. Like, they don't deserve this, because I'm kind of shitting all over it, calling it a questicle. But this is an example, because I was watching this trailer, Pinnacle Rising. I was watching this trailer, and I was looking at it, and I was like, you know, there's something about this trailer that looks very Quest to me. You know, there's something about this trailer that makes it seem like it's going to port very easily to PlayStation VR. Going to port very easily to the Quest. And PC VR graphics, watered down a little bit, folks. Watered down. So this is what I call a questicle. And this is the beginning of the end, folks. It's the beginning of the end. That's kind of what I was talking about yesterday on Twitch. I mean, obviously, look, I'm blowing it out of proportion, folks. I'm blowing it out of proportion. But there is some truth. There is some truth to this. Pinnacle Rising says, that is what I hate about the Quest. Yeah, exactly. It is going to cause problems. It really will. Like, it literally is going to cause problems. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and bounce the hell out of here, because I am starving. It is dinner time, folks, because right now it is 6:04 p.m. Pacific time here in the great state of California, home of Kamala Harris, a backtracker, Kamala Harris. VR Political 365. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Kamala Harris. Gotta say it. Not a huge fan. But anyway, that's going to go ahead and do it, because I'm starving. I got to get some dinner. Everybody have a wonderful day for the rest of the day, folks. It is Wednesday. Tomorrow, twitching it up. Yes, we're going to be over on Twitch. We're going to be twitching it up. What am I going to talk about tomorrow? Controversial topics galore. Oh my God. Unbelievable things are going to be said on Twitch. So if you miss it, it's going to suck. You're going to find out about it later. You're going to be like, damn it, I missed it. Anthony was talking about some crazy stuff over on Twitch, and I completely missed it. So remember to bounce over to Twitch tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But I'm out of here, folks. We got some big interviews coming this weekend. We've got Gamertag VR on Saturday, Reckoner VR on Sunday. So it's going to be a banger of a weekend in terms of interviews. But yeah, I'm out of here. I need food. I'm starving. Everybody have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Later.